My name is Catherine, and I am childless by circumstance, not by choice. But it's complicated. I imagine your story is complicated too. On the surface, I'm childless by circumstance because it took me decades to find and form a healthy and loving relationship. I was 43 when I committed to my now husband, 48 when I married him. Prior to that, in my 20s and 30s and early 40s, I was dating emotionally unavailable men. I was in relationships that weren't going anywhere. I was running away from the relationships that were good for me. I had dysfunctional patterns. I was afraid of commitment. I was afraid of intimacy. I was dating as a wounded child rather than as a mature adult. So it took me years. It took me years to find healthy love. That's one of the circumstances. I'm also childless by circumstance because when I found healthy love, I found a man who didn't want children for his own reasons. And as much as I wanted to find someone who did want children, I kept falling into his arms. I couldn't stay away, and I fell in love with him. So that is another of the circumstances. But they are on the surface. I think it's important to go deeper. My story goes a lot deeper. So it was only in my 40s when I realized that I had ambivalence about motherhood. I wanted it, but I didn't want it. I wanted a child, but I was afraid of having a child. I had all these messages from my own childhood about the struggle involved in motherhood. When I was a child, my mum brought me and my brother up on her own. And what I saw was struggle, hardship, emotional pain, divorce. And for me, having a child didn't look like fun. I didn't see the rewards. I saw that she didn't have a career or couldn't have a career. I saw that she had financial hardship, that she craved freedom, but had huge responsibility. And I brought that into my adult life and into my opinions and feelings about motherhood, but I didn't realize it. So on the surface, I wanted a child, and deep down in my subconscious, there was this other force pulling me in the opposite direction. So perhaps I made a subconscious choice not to have a child based on the messages that I grew up with, based on those subtle messages that I understood from my mother's experience. I also had attachment wounds from my childhood, and perhaps I didn't think I could attach to a child. So my circumstances are deep, they are complex, they are complicated. And I imagine yours are too. Sometimes I don't know how to describe myself. Childless by circumstance, not by choice. Childless through ambivalence. Childless through deep childhood wounds, through childhood trauma. Who knows? It's hard to fit into any particular camp. But yes, I have feelings. Yes, I have sadness. Yes, I have regret about not having the lives that I see around me, people with children. But I can only embrace my own story, understand myself, show myself huge compassion, reassure myself that I did the best I could with the tools that I had at the time, with the knowledge that I had at the time. And I can only move forwards with as much gratitude as I can muster, knowing that this has been my path. I didn't necessarily choose this path, but this is the path I have taken because of the way I grew up, because of the experiences that I have had. And ultimately, when I really think about it, I am so grateful for this path. I'm grateful for my husband, for my relationship, for the opportunity to experience intimacy and joy and healing and growth. I'm grateful for my crazy Cocker Spaniel dog who has been such a challenge and has really shown me that motherhood would have been a huge struggle, really challenging that craving for freedom and that desire not to have responsibility. But I have healed, I have grown, and I continue to grow through that relationship. So I only have my path, I only have my story. And today, I will do my best to embrace that, to love myself, to show myself compassion, and to celebrate my story and all that I have become and all that I will become. I wish the same for you.